So the first thing is hosting. Hosting is a computer that's on 24 hours a day that has super fast internet connection that holds all of your website information. So it holds your text, it holds your images, and it just holds everything. If you went to a website without hosting, the website would come up blank because there's no computer that is able to hold all of the information that it needs to display, like the graphics and everything. So that's how websites work. When you go to google.com, a computer that's holding all of that information sends it to you and you get it. So hosting is the most expensive part of having a website, but it's not expensive at all. So it is $10 per month, $10 a month. The next thing that we need to get is a domain name. A domain name is your website name. So Google's domain name is google.com. My domain name is tyler.com. Yours will be yourbusiness.com or yourname.com or whatever you want it to be. So a domain name is $13 about every year. Then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to install WordPress. WordPress is a content management system, which is just a fancy way of saying it helps you manage your content. So instead of having to know HTML and CSS and PHP and all this code, all you have to do is type in what you want, just like this, and just like Microsoft Word, and drag in images, and it will show up. So it's really easy, really simple, and it is free. WordPress is also used by Fortune 500 companies, CNN, Forbes, Jay-Z, Katy Perry, all of, you could look up on Google all of the companies that use this. It is the most popular content management system out there, used by millions of people and used by professional web developers. So I really do think that WordPress is the best solution. The next thing that we're going to do is create our website, and since you're going to be doing it yourself, you're going to be doing all the work, not hiring a web developer, this will also be free. So the total cost is, if we add $10 a month and $13 a year to start, is about $25. I'm going to show you how to get a discount. So it's going to be under $20 to start, which I think is pretty great, and it's awesome. So I'm going to show you how to get that discount. And now we're going to go get our hosting and domain name, and we can do that at the same place. We can do it at hostgator.com. So let's go ahead and do that. And now we can go to hostgator.com. That's hostgator.com. Press enter. And I like HostGator because they have live chat. So if you ever get into any troubles, you could just click on the live chat and you can talk to them. I've also been with them for about 10 years, so they're really good. And I've been with some other hosting companies and they're not so good. They could be really bad. I'm not going to name any names, but there are thousands and thousands of different web hosting companies. I haven't tried all of them, but I really like this one. So what you can do here is just hover over hosting and click web hosting. And now it's going to ask you to choose a plan. We have hatchling plan, baby plan, or business plan. We're going to immediately eliminate the business plan because it's just too much for what we want, and we want to save as much money as possible. So that brings us to the hatchling plan or baby plan. And remember, you can upgrade at any time for no charge. So it's silly to get anything else. Don't get the special WordPress hosting that's just, not good, or the dedicated hosting or VPS. That's just silly. First, let's establish your website and get some traffic to it, and then you can upgrade anytime you want. So between the hatchling plan and the baby plan, I personally have the baby plan. The difference is the hatchling plan only allows you to have a single domain name, so like yourwebsite.com, where the baby plan allows you to have many, many different domain names, like yourwebsite.com, another website, a personal website, whatever. I have like 50 domain names. I have a whole bunch of websites on the baby plan. So if you know that you're only going to have one domain name, or you're just going to have one for now, then definitely do the hatchling plan. I'm going to do the baby plan because that's what I have. So there's no difference except for hatchling is a single domain, baby's unlimited domain. All right, so go ahead and click on it. We're going to do the baby. You can save more money with the hatchling though. All right, and now I'm going to enter in my domain name. This one is dansplumbingla.com. All right, and once you click off of it, it will check to see if it's there. Now you can do a .com, .club, .co, space, net, whatever you want. If you already have a domain name, let's say you got it from GoDaddy, you can click I already own this domain name and click it here and set up your hosting on HostGator. I think HostGator is a lot better than GoDaddy or a lot of the other places where you get domain names. So you can click this and enter it in there. But if you're getting a new one like we are, just enter it in right here. All right, then we're gonna check to make sure everything is okay. So we are going to make sure it's a baby plan, and it's going to say 36 months. I don't think that if you're starting off, you should do that because, we're locked in for 36 months. Let's say you don't like them or, you want to switch or something. I mean, I haven't wanted to switch for 10 years, but, it could happen if they start sucking or something. But, they haven't. So I like to go month to month, even though it is a little more expensive. I mean, your total is going to be more expensive if you do 3 years at a time, obviously. But if you go 1 month at a time, that's what I like to do. So we're just going to go month to month, and we're going to enter in a username. Okay, no capital letters. And a security pin. And all your information. So your email address, your credit card, if you're from a different country, maybe PayPal account, and all that stuff. So I don't think that you need any add-ons. And again, you can add it anytime after. So, just set up your website, start getting people to it, and then start adding things. Don't spend a whole bunch of money now. So just uncheck all of these. And instead of using Snappy Day, you can save more if you use my coupon code, which is 35, THIRTYFIVE, and press validate. Validate, and you see that it has gone down in price. It's under $20. So we can do that, and I do get credit for this. It helps me continue to make these tutorials, so I really appreciate if you put in my coupon code, and it saves you more money. It's a win-win. All right, once you do that, you check to make sure everything is okay, and it is. And sometimes they put domain privacy protection, and you can uncheck it, but they haven't done it here. But I don't think you need it. I trust people. But what that does is it makes it so people can't look up your domain name and see where you live and stuff like that. That's up to you. I don't think it's necessary. All right, so once you do all that, press I have read and agree to the terms of service and click checkout now. Then we get to the congratulations page, and that's when you know it's time to go ahead and check your email. So I'm just going to go to gmail.com. And we can see that we have a new email from HostGator, our account information. It may take a couple of minutes to get to your inbox, but once it's there, just go ahead and click on it. Now we see all of our account information, including our username, our domain name, and our password. So we're going to need all of this information for the next step. So let's check our progress. So we've gotten hosting, that's done. We've gotten our domain name, done. And now we need to install WordPress. So let's go ahead and do that. To install WordPress, we need to log into our control panel. So in the your account info email, we have our control panel and the link to it. So go ahead and click on it. And just simply type in or copy and paste your username and password. So I'm just gonna right click and press copy and paste it in here. And highlight this one and press Control C on a PC or Command C on a Mac, and Control V on a PC or Command V on a Mac to paste it. All right, or of course you could just type it in. Once you do that, just click on Login. Once you're logged in, we can exit out of the survey and scroll down to software/services. So software/services and click Quick Install. So just click on that. And once we do that, we're going to want to click on WordPress either here or here. So just click on WordPress. And we're going to want to install WordPress for free. So just click on Install WordPress. And now it's going to ask you which domain name or website name do you want to install WordPress on. I have a whole bunch of domain names. You'll probably only have one. And this is because I have the baby plan. I could put as many domain names as I want. If you have the hatchling plan, then you're only limited to one, but you can always upgrade later. So I'm going to do Dan's Plumbing LA, and I'm going to leave this blank right here because if this is filled out, then it's going to install WordPress on our website.com/something when we want it just on our main website. Now we can put in our admin email, tylermoore@gmail.com, and our blog title. I'm just going to do it the business name, which is Dan's Plumbing. And our admin user, I'm going to put Tyler, and first name and last name, Tyler Moore. Then I'm going to click Install WordPress. Once we do that, it's going to install up here, so it's installing. And we just have to wait a little while for it. And it says your installation is complete. Click here to view your notifications. So now it's going to give us all of our username and passwords and everything that we need to log into our website. The only issue we have now is that because you've just gotten your domain name, like we just got dansplumbingla.com, that it's not going to work immediately. So it needs a little time to propagate, it's called. So we have to wait anywhere from 4 hours to 24 hours. Sometimes it happens in as little as 2 hours, but so we just need to take a little break right now and come back. I'm going to go on a hike, and then I'm going to come back in about 4 hours, and we're going to check to see if it works. So I will see you soon after the break. Okay, so I'm back from my hike. It was a very nice day here in Los Angeles. And now we're going to check to see if our website works. So that break was just to give time for our website to start working because we had just purchased it. If you purchased it a long time ago, days ago, you don't need to do that break. All right, so now we're going to go to dansplumbing.la.com/wp-admin. That's how you log in. So before we do that, we're just going to go to the regular website. So let's type in our domain name, open up a new tab, and we'll do dansplumbingla.com. And we see that our website does indeed now have WordPress on it, and it's working. So that's really cool. And now we can log into our website by entering in our username and password into the area where you log in. So that's /wp-admin. Make sure to keep this information safe, copy it somewhere, or print it out. So let's go ahead and log in. This is just the regular default website. It's not that impressive, but it definitely saved you hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So let's log in. So let's go to ourwebsite.com/wp-admin and press enter. Or you can, of course, click right here. Now it's going to ask us for our username, which is Tyler. Yours will be different, I hope, unless your name is Tyler too. Tyler, and password is this. So I'm just going to click on it and copy it because it's crazy. All right, so now we can just paste it in there. Once we do that, we can log in. Okay, now we are logged into the back end of our website, and the back end of our website is called the dashboard. So once we have saved all of this information right here, make sure you've saved it, we can exit out of this tab, and we can exit out of the email tab. Next, we're going to make sure that everybody is on the same page. So go ahead and click on plugins, and you don't need to understand this yet, but click on plugins and check off this box right here. And we're going to disable all of these plugins. These are just little extra add-ons that people like HostGator have installed or WordPress.com has installed, but we don't need them. And we want to make sure that we have a clean slate. So just click on this button right here, check them all off, press deactivate, and then apply. And once we do that, we can click on this again and press delete, and then press apply. Once we do that, we can click yes, delete these files and data. All right, now we can go ahead into our dashboard and we have a clean slate. The next thing that we're going to do is we are going to change the password because our password right now is super long and super hard to remember. So what we can do is click on users and click on our username. Then we're going to want to scroll all the way down to the bottom and click generate password. Now we can enter in any password we want here, or we can use this password. So put your password here and maybe add some numbers. All right, so make sure to remember that, copy that, put it somewhere safe, and update profile. Once we do that, then our password is changed. Now we can go back to the dashboard. Next, let's check our progress to see how we're doing. So we have gotten hosting, we've gotten our domain name, now we've installed WordPress. Done. The next thing that we have to do is create our website. So let's go ahead and do that. A website's design is called the theme. WordPress has a default design, and if you hover over your website name, you could click Visit Site to see the design of your WordPress site. And it doesn't look that great. It's just the default WordPress website theme. And we are going to get a new theme, which is going to change the design of our website to make it look much better. So we can go ahead and click on our name up here in order to go into the dashboard. And we can go to Appearance and Themes. And here, if we click Add New, we can see that there are a whole bunch of different themes for your website, and these are all free. And you can install them by clicking Install and then clicking Activate. I have created my own theme for this tutorial, and I think that it is much better than any of these other themes. So we can go to tyler.com and we can download that theme, and it makes creating websites so much faster than most themes. So just click on a new tab and go to tyler.com, and we can click on the download theme button here or here. So just click on it and it will download, and just save it to your desktop. So we're gonna save it to our desktop. Now that it's saved to our desktop, we are going to install it. So let's go over to Appearance and Themes again, and press Add New, and press Upload. So Upload Theme, and choose File. So we have saved that zip file to the desktop, and there it is right here. Sometimes if you're on a Mac and Safari, the zip file will unzip automatically. So what it will do is you have this zip file right here, and you'll download it, but instead of seeing the zip file, you're gonna see this folder. And what you wanna do is just right click and press compress. And then it'll turn back into a zip file. So we need that zip file. All right, but if you're on any other computer, PC or Mac with Chrome, then it won't do that. So we need to upload this zip file right here and press open. Then click Install Now and activate. Now we have activated our theme. Okay, so this theme recommends a plugin. A plugin is something that adds features to your website. So by default, WordPress is not visual. It doesn't have a visual builder. But if you install this Beaver builder, then it will have a builder, a website builder. So we're going to install that. Begin installing plugin right here. And this is only if you activate my theme. So let's activate it and then install. And now we have a visual page builder. And I'll show you that later. You don't have to completely understand all of that now. All right, once we do that, we can close our tab and we can go ahead and check our website to make sure that our theme is installed. So it definitely looks different and our theme is successfully installed. So let's go back to our dashboard. The next thing that we're going to do is delete our sample page. If we go up to our website and hold Control or Command and click on it, it'll open up into a new tab, which is pretty cool. But we can see that we have the sample page here and it doesn't really say anything. It's just a sample page. So let's go ahead and delete that. We do that by clicking on Pages and checking off the page and clicking Trash. All right, once we do that, then it is gone. So we can go back to our website and click refresh and it's gonna say, oh no, the page can't be found because it's gone. So now we just have this home page here. What we can do now is add all of our pages that we need on our website. So we need 4: home, about, services, and contact. And we could just press add new, click on pages, then click add new. And we can type in home. So we're gonna make a home page and press publish. All right, then we're gonna add new and type about. Whoops, not a out, about. There we go. Click publish. And we're gonna add new. And of course you can add any pages you want. These are just the pages that we're adding. Services. Publish, and we're going to add new, and we're going to add a contact page. So contact, and click publish. All right, so that's all of the pages that we are going to add, and we can check them out right here. So we have our home, about, contact, home again, and services. And I'm going to show you why that is, and I'm going to show you how to make that better. All right, so the next thing that we're gonna do is just go back to our dashboard again. And now we can close this extra tab. And let's go ahead and change that navigation. By visiting our site, let's change and rearrange this. So what we can do is click on Customize, then click on Menus, and we're gonna wanna add a menu. This menu is called Main because it's our main menu. You can name it whatever you want. Then press Create Menu. And we're gonna add this menu to our header location. It's called the header because it's at the top like your head. This one's called the footer because it's at the bottom like your foot. All right, so we're just gonna click header. And now it's gonna be blank because there's no items in it yet. And we're just gonna click Add Items. We are adding pages, not blog posts. So we're going to click on page and we're going to add home, then about, then services, and contact. And as you can see, they add up here. And once we do that, we press save and publish. And we can exit out here. And we can see that it works perfectly. The next thing that we're gonna do is change the header colors. So just click on Customize again and go to the header options and header colors. For the background, we're gonna make it a white. So just click on this white down here and maybe we'll make it like a little off-white, maybe, and these are the numbers that correspond with the colors. So I've already done this, so I'm going to do it for F4, F4, F4. So that's going to make it, just a tinge of gray in the white. Then we do header text colors. And for that, I'm just going to do it like an off black. So we can click on black and we can drag it up here and get whatever we want. I'm just going to do a 222222. And these are called hex colors. All right, and for the link color, I'm going to do the same thing, 222222. And you could just copy it from here. And for the hovered color, that's when you hover over these links, what color it is. I don't want it to be a blue. I want it to be a little lighter gray. So I'm going to go again, black again. And, that's fine. 56, 56, 56. All right, so once that's done, I can press save and publish. And now what we can do is we can go back again and let's do the header logo. So I'm going to teach you how to put in a logo. You could just keep text in here, that's fine. Later I'm going to show you how to build a logo. I've already built a logo, so I'm just going to put it in here, but later I'm going to show you how to build a logo in just a little while. So header logo, click it right here, header logo, and select the image and select files. And I think I have it on my desktop. There it is. And I'm going to choose the image. And I'll show you how to create something like this in just a little while. Okay, so it says logo height. I want it to be a little bigger, so maybe right around there is looking pretty good, I think. Okay, and then the next thing that we're gonna do is the header size. So we can just go here. We don't need to publish it yet. So let's just go to header size and change this, and we can change it, make it really big, make it really small, and I like it about there. And then header width. So this is how wide it's going to be. So we want it to be full width, and you can't really see the difference now, but it's going to go all the way to the side. And let's see what that looks like. So save and publish. So before it only went like about right here. Now it's going to go all the way over here. You see the footer, it only goes to here. It starts here. It's not full width, but now it's full width, so it gives you a lot more space. So that's pretty cool. All right, so next thing, let's get rid of these buttons, and let's put in, instead of these buttons, a phone number. So let's go to Customize and Header Options and Write Header Block Content. And click on Buttons. And we don't need to put buttons here, even though it's called buttons. And we can just, put in our phone number. And we're going to change this. We're going to make this all bigger and this text better and everything like that. We're going to do all that later, though. All right, then click Save and Publish. And now your header is looking really, really great. So next, we're going to do the same thing for the footer. So we are going to change the colors, add in a logo, change the navigation, and make it full width. So let's see how to do that. Press Customize. And first, we need to create a new menu. So we need to create a new menu for the footer. So just add a menu. And we want to do this because sometimes we want different navigation elements from our header in our footer. For now, it's going to be the same, but we are going to add an extra credits link down here. So let's add a menu, and let's call this footer. All right, so just create menu, and it's going to be in the location of the footer. So we just got to check that off, and we're going to add items. So we're going to add page items, and it's going to be the same for now as the header, but it's important to create a footer navigation. So, and make sure not to add in this one. This is just a custom link, and that's not your home page that we want to add. So we're going to add home, about, services, and contact. And we can always rearrange these by click and hold and dragging them. Make sure it's not indented like this. Make sure it's like this, and it will change. Pretty cool stuff. All right, once we have that, we can save and publish and we can check it out. All right, it's looking pretty good, but we still have other things to do like customize the color. So let's go ahead and do that. So now we can go to footer options and footer colors. We're gonna make it the same as the header. So we can just click on this and again, make it F4, 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 or whatever colors you have. All right, and the text colors, we're just gonna make it 222222, and heading 222222, and the link color again 222222. All right, and then this one was 565656. Maybe we can find it somewhere. There it is. All right, cool. So now that is perfect. Once we do that, we can just go back. And now we need to do the footer size. So footer size, and we can make it big or small again. That's fine. And make sure it's full width so it goes all the way to the side. All right, once we do that, we can just go back again and go to footer logo. Now this is only if you want to use a different logo than your main logo, but we want to keep it the same, so we're not going to check it off. To change the logo, we have to go to footer content and click logo. All right, so there we have it, a perfect footer that matches the header. Click save and publish and exit out of here. Later, I'm going to show you how to remove this theme by Tyler Moore, but that's a little later. Next, we're going to create our homepage. Our homepage is set right now to display our blog post, but we don't want to do that. We want to have a really cool homepage. So what we can do is click on Customize and click General. Then click Static Front Page. And if you remember, we made a page called Home, and we need to set that page that we made called Home to our home page. I know it's a little confusing, but it's pretty easy. Just click a static page, front page, and make it the home page that you made. So make it home. Then press save and publish and exit out of it. As you can see, we have the sidebar right here, and that's not what we want. We want the home page to be full width, to go all the way across without this sidebar. So what we can do is click on Edit Page, and under Template, click on Full Width Page, then press Update. Now that we've done that, we can view our page again. And it has home at the top right here, but if we click on Page Builder to begin building our page, that will conveniently disappear. All right, now we can start adding in columns and rows and building our home page. So what we can do is go to Row Layouts, and we're gonna drag in, you can drag in 1 column, 2 columns, all the way up to 6 columns. And right now we're gonna drag in 2 columns. So let's drag in 2 columns. And let's make, if you click on this wrench right here, or drag this, you can change the size of each column. So let's make the first column 40. And the second column obviously would be 60. Once we do that, let's add in an image. So we can click on this wrench right here and click on Row Settings. And the width should be full width. So it should go all the way across. See how that changes? And the content width also should be full width to go all the way across. There we go. And now let's add in an image to the background. So just click on Photo. Under Background, click Photo. And select Photo. Upload files and find the file that you want to upload. And press Open. If your image is really big, let's say 5,000 in this area right here, you're going to want to press Edit Image right here. And you're going to want to scale the image. So just scale it down to, 2,000 and press Scale. and press save and update. Okay, mine's already scaled, so I don't need to do that. All right, so just select the photo. And as you can see, it zooms up in the middle. So by default, it focuses in the middle. So we don't want to do that. We want it to be on the center top so that we can see their faces and heads and everything like that. All right, we're not going to repeat it, and everything else looks okay. So we're just going to press save. All right, once we do that, we obviously can't see them very well. So let's click on this wrench to edit this column, and let's add in some padding or spacing to the top and bottom. So just click on this and click on column settings and go to advanced. And for padding, we can just put 110 pixels, and then for the bottom, we can just do 100. Now it doesn't add a whole bunch of space, but we're going to add other things in here that will make it even taller. So the difference between padding and margin is padding puts space inside the image here, and margin will put space at the top. So like it'll add a blank space somewhere. All right, so we're not going to do that. We're just going to add 110 and 100 and press save. Once we do that, we can add more content by clicking add content. And here under basic modules, we're going to add a heading because we're going to put Dan's Plumbing right here. So just drag in a heading. And for heading text, put whatever you want, but I'm going to put Dan's Plumbing, and that will show up right here. Dan's Plumbing. There it is. And we're going to make the font size really huge, so 120. And we're going to make the font weight bold. All right, and the text color, we're going to make white. So just drag it all the way up to the top. And alignment, we're going to put right in the center. And it's going to be the center of that column. So if you had one column, it would be in the center of, perfectly center of the image. But since we have two, it's the center of that column. All right, once we do that, we can add a subheadline. So we're going to put yes. And a subheadline is just a headline underneath this headline. Vertical spacing, that is how much spacing in between the headline and subheadline. I'm going to put 0 because we don't need any spacing in between. And I'm going to write a family-run business since 1977. All right, and for the text, I'm going to make it a little bigger, but 28. And I'm going to keep the font weight normal, and I'm going to make the text white. There you go. And I'm going to press save. Oh, actually, before I press save, right now, this heading module has spacing on the top and spacing on the bottom. I'm going to eliminate some of that spacing on the bottom by going to advanced. Advanced, yeah. And then on the bottom, I'm going to put 0. So no spacing on the bottom. And you don't see any of that right now, but when we add a play button right here later, it's not going to have all the space at the bottom. All right, then I'm going to press save. All right, now that we have done that, we want a little play button right here. So when we click on the play button, a video pops up. So we need that icon. So what we can do is go to logomaker.com. That's logomakr.com. And this is where you can make your logo. So I said before, this Dan's Plumbing logo I already made. And you can make something like this in Logo Maker. You just search for a graphic and add your text. So it's really easy. So let's search for a play button. And here's a good play button. And we are going to make this white. and you're not going to be able to see it because it's a white background also. And we're going to resize this. So we're going to resize it to 80 pixels wide and 80 pixels tall. So we can go here and just resize to 80. There we go, I think. All right. So there it is, and we're going to press save. All right, once we do that, let's just drag this to our desktop and put it there. And we have to give credits. So we're gonna do that in a little while. So click here to copy the credits, and the credits are copied to your clipboard. So what you then do is you are going to make another page called credits and put this in your website. And we have to do this to give the people credit for that play icon. So I'm just gonna copy this to my clipboard, and later I'll show you how to create that page. So we're going to exit out here for now, and let's add some more content. So let's add content, and let's add a regular text editor. So just click, hold, and drag it right under the heading into this column. All right, once we do that, let's add media, and let's add that file that we just downloaded to our desktop. So just select files, and the play button's right there. Press open, and we're gonna have it alignment in the center and link to nothing for now. Okay, and then just insert into post. And then we're gonna go to there's a little too much spacing right here, so we're gonna go to advanced, and the top margin we're gonna put to 0, and that looks much better. All right, press save, and press done and publish changes to save all of your work. All right, so we're not done with our website yet, but it's looking really, really good. And we'll get this play button working right after we get all the rest of the content on this website, on this homepage going. So to get the rest of the content, which is just some more text here and an image, click on Page Builder. And of course, you can add in a, if you click on Basic Module, you can just drag in a text editor and we can add text. If we just click, hold, and drag it to a new row, then we can add in text just like we regularly do. Or what I've done is I've made content blocks of commonly used content blocks. So you can just click on it and you can add it in right here. So they're already pre-made, a whole bunch of cool ones. So just click on it and it adds automatically. So that's pretty cool. Then you can obviously click on the wrench and change your what the text says. So I'll just paste some text in there, and we can toggle this right here and make the font size bigger. Let's say 24. And we could click on it left or centered or however you want and do that, and we can press save. Once we've done that, we want a little more spacing on the top and the bottom, so go ahead and click on the row wrench, not this one, not the text editor wrench, the row one, and we can go to advanced and we can add just like 100 pixels at the top, 100 pixels at the bottom, something like that. And that is looking pretty good. So now that that's done, let's add in another image below here. And to do that, what we have to do is just, again, click on Add Content. And let's go ahead and add in a new row. We could cheat and go to Content Blocks and add it there, but let's click and hold and drag in a one column module. And once we do that, make sure we've dragged it to the bottom. We can edit the row by clicking on the wrench and making it full width and making the content full width. Once we've done that, let's add in an image to the background. So background, photo, and select photo. Then we want to upload a new file. There it is. and select photo. All right, once we've done that, it will add in. Go to advanced and scroll up, and for the padding, let's add 250 pixels to the top. So 250 to the top, so it adds in a little more space. So once we do that, just click save. All right, now what we can do is let's add in another headline. So let's go to add content, and under basic modules, click on heading and drag it in, and drag it into right here into the image to where that column was. All right, for the heading text, I'm just going to type in experience. And for the font size, it's going to be 100. The font weight, we can do bold, or we can make it light, or however we want. And let's make it white. And let's put it right in the center. All right, and let's add a subheadline. So put yes. And for vertical spacing, we could put 0, or we could put even -10 if we want even closer. So let's do -10. And let's type in over 50 years combined experience. All right, and let's make that headline 22. And let's make it white. All right, let's save that. And that's looking pretty good, but let's add in another call to action at the bottom here. So let's have it go to our services page. So what we want to do is add more content, and let's add a text editor. Click, hold, and drag it in. Make sure you drag it in here, not below, but right in here. And let's type in see all services. And let's add an arrow to the right. That's just a greater than sign. So let's highlight it and let's make it a link. And let's make it link to existing content. So it's going to link to our services page. And add link. Once we do that, we can add in some spaces. So let's add in 7 spaces, and that's just by putting in enter. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's just return 7 times. And let's highlight this and let's align to the right. And let's change the font size to maybe 18 or maybe 22. 22, and let's change the color of this and let's make it white. Actually, let's not change the color. I'm going to show you a different way to change the color. All right, so once we've done that, we can press save. And to change the font size and everything, remember you have to click on this. All right, so save. But we see it's this color, and that's not the color we want it to be. So let's go to the whole row settings. And let's make our link colors, let's make them white. And press save. Now we can see that it's white. I don't want to make this one white when I press for the text editor, because then you won't be able to see them. This will be white and it's a white background and you won't be able to see it. All right, once we do that, we can go to advanced and we can make the bottom 0 pixels so that it is more near the bottom. And we can press save. But as we can see, it's sort of hard to see the text. So how can we give a bigger contrast from the picture to the text? What we can do is click on this wrench again and scroll down to where it says overlay color. And we can make it, any type of gray or dark that we want. That's fine. And put it at 20%, let's say. All right, then press save. Now we can see that text a lot easier and it looks a lot better. So we're pretty much done with our desktop version of the homepage. We still need to make the mobile version. So we need to have two different versions so that it looks really good on our, phones and tablets and everything like that. And the next thing that we need to do is also get this video play button working. So let's go ahead and do that. So just press done and publish changes. So by default, WordPress doesn't come with the ability to click on a button and a video to pop up. But what we need to do, or what we can do, is get a plugin that extends the functionality of WordPress. As an example, if WordPress by default doesn't have a contact form to fill out all your information and get emailed, but we can easily download a plugin and that it will enable a contact form. So we are going to enable, when you click on this button, for a video to pop up. And to do that, let's download a plugin. Let's go to our dashboard. And click on plugins. Then click add new. And we want to search for video, video, lightbox, lightbox, and press enter. And we see this WP video lightbox. What we want to do before we install it, as you can see, it has really good ratings and many installs. You always want to check that. But what we want to do is we want to click more details, because this is going to allow us to get the instructions on how it works. So what we can do is we can see how to use it. And basically you have to copy this code and replace all of the things with it. So we are embedding a YouTube video. So what we want to do is copy this one right here. So it's the second YouTube video, because we're going to be using that play image. And I'll show you all of that. So just copy this, then press install now. Then click activate plugin. All right, now that that's activated, we could go back to our home page and click on Page Builder. Then what we can do is click on the wrench right here where the play button is. And we're not going to see it because the play button is white and the background's white. But if we click on text, then we'll be able to see the code. So this is the code for that play button, for this play button right here. If we delete this code, then this play button will obviously get deleted also. So what we want to do is we want to just press enter twice and paste that code that we had previously copied. Paste. Add a space in between. All right, so now we have all the things that we need to fill out. So it says video lightbox, YouTube video ID equals, and we need to put our YouTube video ID here. So I have the video, and I'm going to open up a new tab, and I'm just going to go to the video. So this is the YouTube video, and if you have a video, then you need to, upload it to YouTube, and that's real easy. Just sign up for an account and upload it. All right, so once you have your video on YouTube, then we're going to want to click on share and embed and click show more. So once we do that, we can see the video size. There's all these different sizes, but we want a good video size. So we want it to be about 800 or 900, something around there. Okay, so we're going to put that in where we need to put it in. So it says width, and we're going to put it in. We're going to put in 853. Width always goes first, then height. So 853. And height, we can put in 480. It's already 480, so that's good. And then for anchor, that is basically the image that you're going to use. So we have the image is right here, and that corresponds with this thing right here, but not the whole thing, just where it says source equals and in quotes, and copy everything in between the quotes. Don't copy the quotes themselves. So just press copy, and we're gonna, in between the quotes, we are going to paste it. Paste. All right, once we do that, we can actually get rid of this one right here. So we can just press delete. Then go back to visual, and this, as you can see, isn't centered yet. So we need to highlight it all and press align center. All right, so now it is align centered and it's looking pretty good. So it's not going to show the play button in here, but if we click on save and done and publish changes, it's actually going to do it. So now if we click on it, the video pops up beautifully. And I did something wrong because it's still Pirates of the Caribbean trailer. So obviously I forgot to copy the embed code. So click on this again, the edit, and that's okay. Go back to text and make sure to copy this v equals right here, copy, and paste it. All right, so now we have our video in there and not the other Pirates of the Caribbean video. All right, then press save and done. And we can also add more spacing in between this if we want by going to advanced and saying the top is 20 pixels or whatever it is. Okay, done and publish changes. Now, hopefully when we click on play, we'll get our video. So that's perfect. So there are a couple of things that I don't really like. And one of them is that it doesn't play automatically. And then the other one is it's too dark in the background here. It looks kind of weird. So let's exit out of here and let's change those things. So to do that, we go back to our dashboard and we go to settings and video lightbox. Then click on pretty photo. And we have an opacity here. One would be completely dark and 0.8 is, pretty dark, and 0.2 is not so dark. So let's do it 0.2, and we have another setting somewhere over here where it says autoplay. Let's check it off. All right, so that's all we need to do. We can also change the padding here if we want to 10 or, do whatever we want. That's the padding on the side of the picture. So that's how much space it has. All right, let's press save changes and visit our site. And now we can exit out of here because we're done with it and press play. It should autoplay and it shouldn't be that dark. So let's see. And there we have it.
You can always find a plumber nearby.
Beautiful.
But not always one that you can trust.
All right, so that is how you put a video onto your website. The next thing that we're going to do is create our about page. So just go ahead and click on the about page up here. And right now we see that there's a sidebar here and we want the page to go full width. So we need to change that. So just click on edit page and under template, make sure it's full width page. Press update and view page. Once we do that, it's full width. There's still an about right here, but that disappears as soon as you click page builder. So go ahead and click on page builder. And of course we could use the content blocks and put in our headline up here, the about us headline, but we're gonna do it the manual way. So just drag in one column. Once we do that, let's make it full width by clicking on the wrench, the row settings, and make it full width and make the content width also full width. Once we do that, let's put in an image. So under background, let's do photo. And let's select the photo. Upload files, select files. All right, and let's find our photo and let's put it in there. And again, if it's really big, like bigger than 1900 or 2000, go ahead and click edit image and scale the image. But ours is fine, so select photo. All right, and the position is center, that's fine. You may need to position the photo to the top or the center bottom or wherever, but that's fine. The background overlay, we're going to do it 26, 26, 26. So we find that color. There it is. And the overlay opacity, that's how dark it is. If we put it 100%, it would be completely dark. If we put it at 1%, it would be barely dark. I think about 10% is fine, so we're just gonna make it like that. Once we do that, we need a little more space at the top and bottom here, so we want to go to advanced. And margin is a space above the image, so we don't want to change that. We don't want to do this. We want to change the padding. That's the spacing within the image. So let's go ahead and do padding 120, 120. All right, so we did that, 120 pixels and 120 pixels gives a little more padding on the top and bottom. Press save. And now we're going to add our headline. So it's just going to say about us right here. So go to add content. And under heading, just click, hold, and drag, and make sure not to drag it into a new row, but to drag it right in the center right here. All right, and once we do that, under heading text, we're just gonna put about us, and we're gonna make it, let's see, about 80 pixels tall, so pretty big. And the font weight, maybe we'll make it bold, so it stands out a little bit more, and maybe we'll make it white. And under alignment, we want it to be the center. And we're not going to have any subheadline, so we're just going to keep that as no, and we're going to save changes. So there we have it, our nice about us. That looks pretty good. And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to drag in a paragraph content block. So of course, we can make it by going to add content and dragging in a row or whatever. But I have set up these content blocks so it's a lot easier. So we could just click on content blocks and we'll see simple paragraph here. Just click on it and it adds it in automatically for you. So that is pretty cool. So once that has happened, then we can just go ahead and hover over here and edit it. So instead of this, we want to paste in our other content, which I have. So I'm just going to paste it in. If you're pasting content in from somewhere like Microsoft Word, you're going to want to paste as text because sometimes it has weird formatting that WordPress doesn't understand. So just if you're copying it from somewhere, make sure just to paste as text. Make sure this is clicked. And then select all by Command A if you're on a PC, Command A if you're on a Mac, Control A if you're on a PC to select everything. And you can paste your other text in here, just like that. Okay, so once we have that all done, we can, of course, change the font size if we want. Maybe we want this to be 16 pixels, which it is now, or 18, or however we want it. We'll keep it at 16 is fine. Press save. Okay, and that is looking pretty good. So maybe we could change some of this formatting here, maybe add an extra space and press save. All right, once we've done that, we can press done and publish changes just to save our work to see what it looks like. And we see it looks pretty good. All right, go back to Page Builder, and to get this sort of look where it is not all the way across, all we simply did was go to row settings and add space to the left and right side and top and bottom. And you want to do this because sometimes if people are reading, you don't want them to go all the way over here and read. It's harder on their eyes. It's a lot easier to read when it's narrower. So that's just why I put that in there. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add 4 image boxes. So like 1, 2, 3, 4 right below here. So again, you can always build anything you want by pressing adding content, but I've made a content block already for this. It's called 4 images, so just go ahead and click on it. And I'll add in for you perfectly. And you can always hover over these content blocks to see what it is. So this is a photo. So if we go to add content, we can always go to the basic modules, and this is the same thing as dragging one in here. So this is a layout with 2 columns, this right here, two different columns, and then 2 columns again, And then I just controlled all of the spacing and dragged in photos in there. So that's how I made that. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna swap out these images. So just click on the wrench again under photo settings. And I've cropped this so it's square. I mean, you can do different ones, portrait, landscape, all of that. Let's keep it at square. And let's press select photos. So we're gonna find our photos by uploading and selecting files. And our photos are in the 4 boxes, and this is the first one. So, and again, you can resize these. And if you don't resize them, then your picture will be really big and it'll be slow to load. So you always want to resize your pictures the smallest possible, but obviously still big enough where it's quality. All right, then select photos. 900 wide is good enough. Select photo and press save. All right, then let's just keep on doing that. Select upload files, select files, and I'm going to go a little faster because it's just repeating the same steps basically, which you'll find a lot you'll do when making websites. All right, so edit, select, upload, select files, and number 3. All right, that's my brother right there trying to hit me with a pipe. No, just kidding. Save, and one more. Okay, select photos, upload, select. Okay. I took this one right here on my iPhone. It was pretty easy. Pretty cool angle though. I really like how that one came out. This is some of their plans for new plumbing remodel. All right, so the next thing that I want to do is I want to add a call to action at the bottom, because let's say people are looking at your website and they scroll down to the bottom and then are like, oh, okay, now what do I do? Maybe they could click some of these links, which would be fine. But I want to make it so there's a call to action. Basically, call us. So we can, again, add content and, put in a column or whatever, but I've added another content block, and this is the CTA symbol. So we could just click on this call to action. Oh, I don't know why 2 added. Just go ahead and remove one of those. Must have clicked it twice. And now what we can do is we can change the color. So go ahead into this row settings, not this one. This is the text editor settings. Just go to the row settings and let's change the color. And I think I want the color to be something like the 26, 26, 26 that we use on everything. All right, and we can also here, we can make the text color white. So if you see over here, the text color, we can change this to red or whatever, but let's keep it white so it kind of pops. All right, then for some reason, there's not a lot of space here. I think if you go to advanced, and we could just make the bottom 20, and that could be, feels a little more even. All right, and press save. Once we do that, we don't want this button here, so we're just gonna get rid of that. So we're just gonna get rid of all of this. And a trick is to leave one letter, and that is because sometimes if you don't, then you lose all of your formatting. So you leave one letter and then you start typing. Just a little trick, because sometimes if you erase everything, your formatting gets erased also. All right, so now let's put a call to action. So let's call that number, save. Okay, and now if we press done and publish, we are done with our About Us page. That was easy and fun and very cool, and it's looking great. The next thing that we're gonna do is our services page. So just go ahead and click on services, and let's make this page full width by clicking on edit page. And under templates, instead of default, let's do full width page and press update. Then we can view page. And now let's add in our headline up here. So let's go to page builder, and under row layouts, let's drag in one column right in there. All right, we don't need 2 of these here. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's go to row settings and let's put in our image. So let's make it full width the width, and the content width also full width. And let's make our background a photo. And let's select the photo. Let's go to upload files, select files, and find that photo. Here it is, services. And let's select the photo. All right, once we do that, we can do the overlay opacity again, and we can just type it in here. This is a color code, and it will change corresponding to what color it is. It's called a hex code, and we can just add it in. So 262626, we know is our color, and let's do 10% again. All right, once we do that, let's add in a little padding to the top and bottom, 120 under the advanced, 120 and 120. All right, and press save. The next thing that we're gonna do is add in our headline right here. So just click on add content and go to heading and click and hold and drag it right in there. And this one is called services. So services, and it could be 80 pixels, same as before, bold, and the color is white, and of course the alignment is center. All right, so that's looking pretty good. We don't need a sub headline, and press save. So we have that. That is looking awesome. The next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna add in all of our services right here. So we're gonna add in 3 boxes and 3 rows of them. So 9 services that we have. So let's go ahead and do that. So to do that, we go ahead and click on add content, and let's, under row layouts, let's drag in 3 columns, and make sure to do it at the bottom. Sometimes you have to wiggle it around a little bit like this. And we have them here. So what we can do is we can just drag in a text editor. Drag it in. There it is. And we can paste in our text. Make sure to, if you're pasting it in from like anywhere really, paste it as plain text. So just click on this and just paste in any of your content, all your content that you have in there. Now I added all of the content to the single row, but obviously we want each of these to be in its own row. But I did that just so that we can make them all headings. So just do the heading 3 right here, and we could do it quickly. So if you don't see this, you're going to want to toggle this toolbar right here. And we can go down and we can make all of this heading 3. And this is a lot faster than doing them individually. Want to do as much in bulk as we can. All right, so just add all of them, and then we're going to copy and paste them into different rows and columns. All right, once we do that, then we are going to copy by click, hold, and drag everything except for the first one. And then we're gonna press either Command X if you're on a Mac or Control X if you're on a PC just to cut it. Or of course you could right click and press cut. All right, and get rid of any of the spacing and press save. Then we want to add content again and go to the text editor, drag it in, and of course just paste what we have in there. So Control V or Command V if you're on a Mac or PC. All right, and then we're gonna again cut it. So Command X or Control X. And we're just gonna keep on doing this. So add content, text editor. This is just a cool way of doing it a little quicker. So Command or Control V, Command or Control X, get rid of the spacing, and keep on doing that. So what we can do now that we have a column with 3 rows in it is we can press the duplicate button, not here, but here on the whole row, and duplicate it once again. And of course, since this is step by step, let's continue to copy and paste all of the things in here. It shouldn't take me too long. You can fast forward the video a little bit if you want to, but we're already halfway done. So it goes pretty quick. So I'm just gonna select all by Control or Command A, delete, Control or Command V to paste, select it, and then Control or Command X to get rid of what we don't need. And now we just have 3 more to do. Okay, A, delete, paste, select all, Command X. Okay, and you get pretty good at it once you do it a couple of times. Save, and one more, our last one. So Command or Control A, Command or Control V, and done. So that is looking pretty good. The next thing that we're going to do is we are going to add in a little call to action. So a picture of my brother and my dad, or you or whoever it is, and with the call us. And if they don't want to do that, then they have a secondary call to action to learn more about us if they're not sold on us yet. All right, so let's go ahead and let's add in a column. So just add content and drag in a column. And make sure to not drag it here, but drag it here. All right, once we do that, then we know what to do. We're going to make this full width and the content full width also. Okay, and then we're going to add in an image. So background, we're going to do a photo. And we're going to select the photo and upload it. There it is. And this picture is kind of cool because it gives space in the middle for any text. So we're going to select the photo. And right now we can't really see them, so we're going to position this at the center top. Okay. And we can do an overlay. It looks pretty good as it is, but just for consistency's sake, we will put in the hex code because now we can do that. And we're going to make it 10%. All right, and for this, we are actually going to add in a heading color. So if we put in text here, a heading, then it's going to be white. So to do that, and that's going to be a setting for the entire row. So to do that, just go to heading color and make it white. And I'll show you about this later. And also go to link color and make this white also. So heading and link color are white. All right, once we do that, then we can add a little spacing, and we're only going to add some spacing to the top. So let's do padding top. Let's do 130 pixels. Oops, you don't need to put in the pixels. And bottom, we're just going to put 0. We don't need anything in there. And we're going to save. Now, instead of adding in a headline, because we want it on 2 different lines, we want the call us and then our phone number, we are actually going to add in a text editor, and just click, hold, and wiggle it around a little bit and put it right in here. All right, so we are going to say call us at our phone number. And we are going to make this heading 1. So make sure to toggle this toolbar if you don't see this. Heading 1. And that's the biggest heading. Heading 6 is the smallest one. So heading 1, and we're going to make this bold. Bold, and we're going to make it a big font size. So let's do 48 pixels. All right, but then we're going to center it. So select all of it and align center, and we can see it right there if we move it over. But it's not on 2 different lines. So what we could usually do is just press enter, but that would give us a new paragraph. We just want a new line. So let's delete the space from here. All right, so it's close up against with each other. And let's put our cursor here and hold shift and then enter. Shift enter makes a new line, where enter makes a whole new paragraph. So we just want to click on shift enter. All right, to make a new line. Once we do that, we are going to add in 5 spaces. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we are going to add in learn more about us. Learn more about us. Okay, and then we're going to put in a greater than sign. And just click and select it, and we're going to make this a link. So let's make it a link, and let's link it to the About Us page. So just click on that. If you don't see this, just click on this. About Us, add link. All right, now it's done that. Let's highlight it and let's make it go to the align right. And now let's make it the font size bigger. Let's do maybe 22 pixels, so it's a little bigger. And let's go to advanced. If we look here, we can see it. Let's go to advanced and let's make the bottom 0. And that looks very cool. All right, and maybe we can add in one more blank space here if we want to. That looks pretty good. And press save. All right, once we do that, we can press done and publish changes. And look at that. We have a really nice call to action here. And if they're not convinced, they can go here and click on it and it'll go to the About Us page. So that's looking pretty darn awesome. The next thing that we're going to do is create our contact page. So just go ahead and click contact. And you probably know what to do by now. So we're going to edit page and make this full width. So go to templates, full width page, press update, or maybe it says publish, and go to view page and we can see that it's full width. Then we're going to want to go to page builder and add the title of our page, which is about. That probably won't be there. So it'll look like this, and just drag in one column and go to row settings and make it full width. And we can make the content full width also, it doesn't really matter, or keep it at fixed. And now what we need to do is add in a photo. So we're gonna go background, photo, and select, and we're gonna go at upload files and select files. We're gonna find the file that we wanna upload and press open. Then select photo. All right, once we do that, we're gonna make sure that it is, because we can't see anything right now, we're gonna make sure it is center top so we can see more of my dad's head. All right, so once we do that, we're gonna change the color overlay to the same thing that we had before. Again, you could get any of the codes here and just copy them and use them throughout your website. So we are using 262626. These are called hex codes. So that's fine. And then 10%, so it's just a little darker, so the text pops out a little more. After we do that, we can go to advanced and we can add padding to the top and bottom just to give it a little more space, 120 and 120, just to give it a little more space at the top and bottom. All right, then press save and go to add content and drag in a heading. Not here, but right in the middle. And let's call this contact, and let's make it 80 pixels tall, so it's a little bigger. And let's make it bold and the color white and alignment center. I'm going a little faster because you guys have done this before. All right, and then press save. That looks pretty good. The next thing that we want to do is we have 3 pieces of information. So we have our phone number, our email address, and our address, and we want to add them all in on one row. So let's add in 3 columns on the same row. So just click on add content, and under row layouts, let's drag in 3 columns. Kind of wiggle it a little bit so it goes all the way to the bottom. And what we want to do here, we want a little divider line. So a white little divider line in between all of these. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and edit this column right here and go to column settings. And we're going to add a border. So if you scroll all the way down, we can do a solid border in color. Let's make it white. And for the top, we're going to do 0, 0, 0, and 2 pixels wide for the right one. So what we can do is just type in 0 and then click tab, 0, tab, 0, tab, 2, not 23, 2, and press save. And we can see a little white line right here that divides it. So let's do the same thing on this one. Let's do border solid and 0, 0, 0, and 2. Color obviously needs to be set to white. All right, so now we have little dividers. They're very light, but it really helps the user, separate each piece of content. All right, once we do that, let's add in a headline. So let's just go to add content again, and let's do heading, and let's drag it into that first column. So drag it right in there. And for this one, it's going to be the phone number. So I'm just going to type in the phone number. And for the font size, I'm going to make it 22, and the font weight, I'm going to make it light, so it's, not very dark. And for the color, I wanted to make it a little lighter. I mean, we can make it whatever we want, but let's make it pretty light. And for the alignment, we want it to be center, and there is going to be no sub headline or anything like that. All right, so once we do that, we can press save, and then what we can do is just duplicate this. So hover over it and click on duplicate, and just move it over to the next one. And we'll edit this, and we'll change this to our email address. All right, and we'll press save, and then we will do that again, just duplicate it, and we'll put in our address. All right, and press save. Okay, so now we have that. That is looking pretty darn good. The next thing that we want to do is add in 2 columns. On the left side, it's going to be a contact form, and on the right side, it's going to be a map. So a big map of our address. So what we can do is we can add content, and we're just going to drag in 2 columns all the way at the bottom right here. And we're going to make this full width, so just click on it. And for the width, we're going to make it full. And for the content width, we're also going to make it full. And we're going to make the margin and padding 0. So just go 0, 0, 0, 0 all the way down. So 0, tab, 0, tab, 0, tab, 0. All right, that makes it no spacing on the sides. All right, then we're going to click save. And now we're going to add in our map. So we can go ahead and press add content and go to advanced modules and drag in the map. Once we do that, we can put in our address. So we can put in Malibu. You can put in your whole address. I'm not going to put in my whole address now. And we can change the height. So, and obviously we can go to advanced and we can make it 0, 0, 0, 0. So it goes all the way to the edge over here. Okay, so once we do that, and we could change the zoom level, let's change it to maybe 12, and we can save it. Okay, so that is looking pretty good, but where is our contact form? And by default, WordPress doesn't come with a contact form that you could just fill out. We need something called a plugin. A plugin, like we saw before, extends the functionality of WordPress, and we can get a free contact form by just downloading a plugin. So what we can do now is press done and publish changes. And we need to go to and get a contact form. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's go to our dashboard and let's go to plugins and add new. And we can search for plugins. This one's called Contact Form 7, CONTACTFORM, the number 7. Just search for that. And this has been downloaded more than 1 million times, has great ratings. It is a great contact form and it's free. So click install now. and activate plugin. Once we do that, we're going to see a new button over here that says contact. So just click on contact. And this is the short code, or the code that we need to copy and put into our website in order for the contact form to show up. So just double click on it, right click and copy, or Control or Command C if you're on a Mac or PC. And then we can edit this contact form. And we're not going to get into editing all of it in this video, but what you want to make sure is if you click on mail, that your email address is right in here. So it goes to your email address. All right, so once we do that, we can go back and visit our site and go to the contact page. We have that code copied already. Go to Page Builder. And before we paste this in, let's change the background color of this whole thing to white. So background color, let's change it to pure white. Pure white. And that will give us a little separation of between this one, which isn't pure white, and this one, which is. And it looks really cool, easy on the eyes, very nice. All right, so once we do that, then we want to drag in a regular text editor. So go to Add Content and go to Basic Modules and click Text Editor and just drag it into this column. And now we can click on text, not visual, because we're pasting in code. So click on text and just paste in that code. All right, once we do that, we can press save and our contact form should pop up like it did. And that is looking pretty good. So what we want to do now is go to text editor settings, and let's go to advanced, and on the bottom margin, let's make it 0 and press save. So it gives less space right here. And now what we want to do is we want the map to be just as long as the contact form, because we don't want all this space here. It's empty space and we'll look like amateurs. No, just kidding. So just click on map settings and type in maybe, I don't know, you have to guess, 550 pixels maybe. And that's looking pretty good. It looks like I'm 1 pixel off, if you could see that. So 551 maybe, which is perfect. And we don't have any space in between it. So if we click on save, we can see that our contact form has a little space at the top, a little space at the bottom, is right in the middle there, and our map is full width. And press done and publish changes. And now we are done with creating the desktop version of our website, and we can see that it looks and acts perfectly. But if we go to our mobile device and we check out our website, we're going to see that it doesn't look that great. And all of this text is just way too big, which causes all the space on this side. And if we scroll down, we can see the experience is too big, and the Dan's Plumbing text is also too big. And if we click on the play button, we can see that it just doesn't work the same as it does on the desktop version. And it just looks really bad. So what we need to do is we need to display different content and lay out the pages differently on a mobile device than we would on the desktop device. And this is what really professional websites do, is they know that it's a different experience on your mobile device. So we need to have a different sort of layout. So it's pretty easy to do. Let's pull this back up right here. And let's begin creating a different home page for your mobile device. So just click on Page Builder once you're on your home page. And what we want to do is duplicate this entire row. So we can get rid of this for now and go over here and click Duplicate. All right, now that we have 2 copies of this row, we want to edit the settings. So go to Row Settings, and we want to change it so, click Advanced, and we want to change it so that it displays on large and medium devices only. So this row is only going to show up on large and medium devices, basically large or medium screens. Press save. And this one, if we go and edit it, the row settings, we only want to show on small devices. And this is the real professional way to do this. So click save. So it's going to show up different content depending on if we're on a large screen or a small screen. So now what we can do is we can exit out of this to remove it so that this is centered. And we can remove this because this didn't work on our small device. So let's remove that. Okay. And now we can change the image, because if we keep this image, then it's going to focus in the center and it's going to just cut my dad off. And we don't want that. So we're going to click on row settings and we're going to upload the same image, but then we're going to crop it. So we're going to edit this image and we're going to upload files and select files. So let's upload the same image. And let's edit image right here. So just click on edit image and click and hold a selection. And we're just going to select it so they're at the center of the image. All right, so that looks pretty good. Then press the crop button up here, and that will crop it. You don't want to crop your original image because that will mess up the main picture. That will mess up the desktop. So make sure you upload another image. Once we do that, we can press save and we can press update. If we if we go back to our website, it's not going to have it updated right here. So we're going to exit out and we're just going to click refresh. All right, and now if we go back to row settings, that image should be there. So there it is. Now it's going to look a little funny because it's not on a mobile device, but we need to add padding to it anyways, because we want this text to be, more where their stomachs are and not over their faces. So we're going to go to advanced and we're going to add padding to the top of 130 pixels, just so it pushes down a little bit. And once we do that, then we're going to resize this headline because it was too big. So we're going to do it 75. And there you go. It's much smaller. Once we do that, for the mobile device, I want to add a call to action button here that just says call, and one that you can click on your mobile device and it will start, calling the phone number. So let's see how to do that. Obviously, we can add content and add a column and do it ourselves, or we could go to content blocks. And if your content blocks aren't working, just click refresh and then refresh your page. Let's do this one. And let's edit it because it's missing 20 pixels from the bottom. 20. All right, and let's go and let's make it the color of the color that we keep 26. All right, and press save. Once we do that, let's edit the text, and let's delete every button except for one to keep the formatting. And let's put in our phone number. And now we can delete that letter. All right, once we do that, let's make it a link, the phone number, and let's just put in TEL and a colon, and then put the phone number. And this will add the mobile link, so when you click on it, it will call. It's pretty cool. All right, press save. And now what we want to do is we want to edit this row so that it is only on small devices. Now we can click, hold, and drag, and let's drag it right under. Because the play button didn't work on the desktop, we need to embed our video right here, right under here. So what we can do is we can go to content blocks, and you can go to video. And so I don't know why it adds 4. If if it does that, just exit out of them. Weird. So this is the desktop version and this is the mobile version. So let's go ahead and exit out of here. And let's go to the row settings and make sure that this one is on small devices only. So right now it's on medium and small. Let's just do small devices. Press save. And let's edit this. And what we can do here is we can copy in our YouTube video URL and paste it in here. We don't need to put the embed code. That is just perfect. And press save. All right, now that that's done, we want to click, hold, and drag again and wiggle it around a little bit. So it goes up and drag it right under here. So we have, for our mobile, we have this image, call, and then right here. All right, so the next thing that we need to do is we need to make this text smaller. So just go ahead and duplicate this whole row and make sure that this one is on, if we click on edit, make sure this one is on an advanced, large and medium devices only. Press save and make sure this one is small devices only. And save. All right, once we do that, we need to resize this experience. So just click on the wrench and let's resize this to 50, the main headline, and let's resize the sub headline to 18 and press save. All right, so now it should work perfectly on our mobile device. Let's go check it out. Press done and publish. And let's go ahead and click on refresh. And as you can see, it looks perfect. So we have that Dan's Plumbing that fits in there that didn't fit in there before. We have the click to call. So just click and call. We have the video that works perfectly. If we just play it.
When something goes wrong in your home, you can always find a plumber
We could
nearby,
even turn it sideways.
but not always one that full-scale
Scrub through
remodel.
it. And we have that experience that fits in there beautifully. So now that we have that done, let's go and check out the menu. We do need to change the color of this menu, and but first we're going to change the About page. So if we click About, we can see that it does fit in there perfectly, and the text is good. But these images, if you see, we can see a little space on the left side and on the right side. And we want all of the images to not have any of that spacing. We also want the click to call feature. So let's go ahead and work on that next. All right, so let's go to our About page. And let's go to Page Builder. And let's duplicate this row and this one. So just under the row, just click duplicate. And we can do it again for this one. So just duplicate it. And we're going to change all the settings so that the top one is desktop and medium devices. Large and medium devices. And let's do this one so that it is small devices only. Save, and let's do the same thing for this one. Small devices only, okay. All right, once we have done that, let's edit this so that it is click to call. So let's just click on it. And we don't need to make this only small or medium devices. I mean large and medium devices. We can make it all devices. So just click on this and let's do that tel, TEL, colon, 310, 743, 3190. All right, and add link. and press save. Okay, and now let's get rid of all of that padding only on the small devices. So let's go over here and go to photo settings and go to advanced, and let's get rid of all of this. So 0 tab 0 0 0. Press save and do that again for this one. Advanced 0 0 0 0 and save. All right, let's do it on this bottom one right here. Advanced 0 0 0 0 and this one also. Advanced 0 0 0 0. Okay, so now none of the small devices have any padding on the side, but they do still have padding on the row. So go ahead and click row settings and go to advanced and make sure there's no padding on the top and no padding on the bottom. We could also make sure there's no padding on the left or right, but that doesn't really matter too much. We could just make it 0 0 for safekeeping. All right, let's do that again for this one. So let's change the row padding. So advanced, let's just make all of these 0. All right, and press save. Okay, now that we have done that, it should show up perfectly on the mobile device. So let's go check it out. Press done and publish changes. It should only show the regular ones for the desktop, and it does. And this still shows up. And we can minimize this and check out the mobile version. All right, so I have the mobile version right here. It was messed up before, as you can see, and this didn't work if you press the call button. Let's refresh this, click it, and go. And we can see now that it works perfectly. There's none of that spacing. And we have the click to call, and it works perfectly. All right, so now that that page is done, let's go on to the services page. And we can see that our services page is already looking really good because it is responsive. But if we scroll down, we will see some funny things like if you click on this right here, it doesn't call, it's not click to call. And you see that my dad and Danny, we don't see their faces. If we hold the phone sideways, we do see their faces, but let's get another image in there where they're closer together. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to make it click to call, and we're going to make it so we see their faces. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's pull up the screen and click on services. And let's click on page builder. Now we can exit out of here so we have a little more room, and we could just duplicate this row. Once we do that, we can go ahead and edit right here, the text editor, and we're going to make this text a little smaller. So we're going to make it 38 instead of 48. And we're also going to make this a link. So let's make it a link. And let's do TEL, colon, and the phone number. And press add link and save. All right, once we do that, we can now add in the other picture that's better. So go here and edit and upload files, and we're gonna select files, and we're gonna select another picture where they're closer together and press open. Once we do that, click select photo and go to advanced, and we don't want any padding at the top, so we're gonna press 0 for that. Save. That moves the text up a little bit, and we're also gonna edit it here, and we're gonna see if there's any padding. Top 20 is fine, but we're also gonna add in some space here, maybe 4 extra spaces, 1 2 3 4, and press save. And this just makes it so it's a little longer. All right, once we do that, we're gonna press done. Oh, no, we're not done yet. We have to edit this and make sure that go to advanced and make sure that this displays on large and medium devices. And this one only displays on small devices. The most important part. All right, then press done and publish changes. Now we can pull up our phone. We can minimize this. And we can see that it's not working now, but if we click refresh, we can see that it is much better. So we go down and we see their faces and we have the call us, and you can click on it and it will call. Just like that. All right, now that we've done that page, let's go and look at our contact page and see if it works okay on the mobile device. And as you can see, it's already responsive, so it is looking pretty good. And you can zoom and with your fingers, or zoom up, or move the map around however you want. That's a little too far. Okay. And of course you can fill out the form and it works just like it should. All right, the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to work on the menu. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's change the colors to the menu. And to do that, we need to pull up our page. And to change the colors of our menu, it's pretty easy. Just click on Customize. And under Header Options, click on Mobile Menu and check this button so that it flies out so we can edit it while we look at it. And for the menu background color, we're going to do a light white. So not pure white, but a very light white, maybe FE. All right, and for the link color, we're going to do 262626. So we're going to keep with that dark gray. And for our link hover color, we could just do also a lighter gray. It doesn't really matter. You don't really hover on mobile too much. And then we can make this dark and light. That's fine. For the header buttons, let's make it light. And for the button block text, let's again do the 262626. And for the link, we can also do 262626 and this 26. Obviously, you can make it any colors you want. All right, once we're done with that, we're gonna press save and publish. It has changed here, and we're gonna exit out of here. If we want this right here to be able to click and call, which is probably a good idea, go back to Customize and go to Header Options and Header Right Block Content. So now we're going to need to put in some code, and we're going to put in href equals, and in quotes put that that colon, and then our number. Let me explain this all to you. And then end it. So you put a less than sign, and then an anchor tag, and then an href tag, which stands for hypertext reference. That's just a fancy way of saying it's a link. And then you begin it like this and you end it like this, and then anything you put in between, another a, so a greater than sign / a, and then a less than sign / a, then a greater than sign. So everything in between these two a's, this a and this a, is the link. And you don't need to memorize any of this. You could just Google HTML link and it'll give you the code, and you can copy and paste it in there. All right, and this is the code that we already knew from before. So once we do that, we can press save and publish and exit out of here. And now what we can do is we can check our phone. So let's minimize this. And we can see here that if we click on it, it's the old one, but obviously we need to refresh. So we'll go back to the home page and we'll click on it, and it has changed. And now it is mobile friendly. It works perfectly, obviously. And we can click on that phone number to call. So there you have it. We have completed the mobile version of our website. So we are done with our website. So we can click on this and create website. We are done with it. But we can do a few more things to really polish off our website if we want to. If we scroll down, we can see this theme by Tyler Moore, and this gives me credit for creating this theme and spending hundreds and hundreds of hours doing it. What most theme people do is they make you pay up front for the theme, or they don't allow you to remove this at all. I thought that wasn't maybe the best way to go. If people couldn't afford it, I wanted people to be able to have it for free, and I get a little credit for all the work. But if people could afford it and it really helps them and it helps you guys with your business, then I would love if you purchase the unbranding plugin so I can make the theme better and eat and all that fun stuff. So if we go to tyler.com, we can see that we have the unbranding plugin right here. So we can just click on it and we can buy now. So I made it $50, but if you type in subscriber, because you're my YouTube subscriber, I'm going to keep this on for a little while. Just paste it in there, subscriber, and you apply coupon, you get 40% off. So it becomes $30. So I really appreciate that, and then press proceed to checkout. Once we get here, we can check out, and this is all done by PayPal, and it's HTTPS, so it is secured, and we can just enter in our information. And put in our credit card number. Then click place order. And our order has been received. We get an email confirmation, but we can also download it right here. So we can check our email if we want. And we have our order, and we can download the files. Or we can just download it right here. All right, so I'm just going to download it from here. It's going to download. I'm just going to drag it to my desktop. And I'm going to exit out of here and exit out of here. So once it's on my desktop, I can go back to my dashboard and I could go to plugins and add new. Then upload plugin and choose file. And wherever I stored it on my desktop is where I stored it. I can click it and open it and install now. Then activate plugin. Okay, so once I've done that, we can go ahead and visit our site, and we can go to customize again. And I'm going to get rid of this so we can see it better. But so I'm just going to go to header options, mobile menu, and uncheck this so we can see everything better. All right, so we can now see the theme by Tyler Moore, but if I go to footer options and I go to write block content, we can see that we can change this, or we could put in a social search bar, social icons, nothing, or a menu. I'm gonna put copyright Dan's Plumbing. So I'm gonna look for just the copyright symbol. And find it somewhere here. We can do the keystroke, I'm sure. Oops, all right, I don't know where that was. Here it is, copyright symbol, copy. I can never remember the keystroke for it. So we're just gonna paste the copyright symbol in there and We're going to say Dan's Plumbing 2015. All right, so that looks pretty good, and we can press save and publish. And exit out of there. And if we scroll down, we can see it's a copyright Dan's Plumbing 2015. The next thing that we're going to do is a little more advanced, but it's still super easy. We're going to change the fonts on our website. So to do that, we can close this, and we need to go to the dashboard and download a plugin called Easy Google Fonts. So just go to Plugins and add new, and type in Easy Google Fonts. Search for it. It should be the first one. Install now. Activate plugin. And once we do that, we can go ahead and visit our website and click on Customize. And we're going to have a new option right here called Typography. Click on it, click on Default Typography, and now it has our H1s, our headings, through H6, and a paragraph. So that is all or most of the things on our website. So we can go ahead, these are H2s, all of the headlines we make are H2s. So we can go ahead and click on H2 and we can change it. So maybe we want this font to be Lato. And we can change it to Lato, and there it is. Or maybe we want something a little more friendly. So we can find something that, has a little more friendliness in it. How it's more round and soft. Maybe a kid's website would have something like this. So to find any of the good fonts, you can just go to type Google Fonts into Google and look at all their fonts. And if you click on this, you'll see the poster is the most popular fonts. So these are the most popular fonts. You can also type in best Google fonts and search, the best Google fonts. There's only like 20 really good ones, but you can, do all types of things with them. You can even do ones that look like handwriting. I think there's one called Rock Salt. It's pretty cool. And what we can do here is we can change the appearance of it, the font size and the color and everything like that. It's not changing right now because we have controlled that with the headline, but it will. If we want to, we can change the spacing and all of that stuff, the positioning. We can make it have a border or a background and things like that. So that's how you do it. You want to make sure you don't use a million different fonts on your website. For the paragraphs, we can change it. We can also, do Indie Flower, another one. So, it gives it a custom look that is kind of cool. Obviously, it's not right for this website. So this website already uses Open Sans, and so we're not going to save any of that stuff, but because I think it's pretty good the way it is now. All right, but what happens if we want to change the menu up here? Maybe we want this bigger and maybe we want this bigger. So let me show you how to do that. So the first thing that you have to do is you have to download the Google Chrome browser, and I'm using it right now. So instead of using Firefox, Internet Explorer, or Safari, you'd want to use Google Chrome, and to do that you just type in Google Chrome and click on it and you just download it and install it. It's free. All right, so then open up your Google Chrome, and I think it's the best, or at least one of the best browsers anyways. And what you want to do is you want to right click and inspect element. Command click if you're on a Mac. And inspect element. Control click if you're on a Mac. And inspect element. And then what we have here is some CSS. So it's a CSS selector. So basically it just selects anything in the navigation. So when you right click and you select this element, you just copy this CSS right here. And again, this is more advanced stuff and definitely not necessary, but some people want it, so I wanted to show you guys how to do it. So once we have copied that, let me show you that again. You inspect element and you copy, not this element style, but the first one. Just copy it. Exit out of here, go back to your dashboard and go to settings in Google Fonts. So you can name it anything you want, the control name. We're just going to call it navigation. And we're going to paste in that our CSS selectors. All right, so there it is. And we're going to save font control. Once we do that, we can go back to our website and we can go to customize again. And we can go to typography. And instead of default typography, we're going to want to do theme typography. And we have this new navigation that we just made. So we can, we need to select the font family. My theme is on Open Sans. So I'm just going to do Open Sans so it doesn't change. And the font weight, we can keep it, we can make it really bold. Don't worry about this changing. It's just like a little glitch. It won't stay that way. We can make it italic or regular, or we can make it kind of light. Kind of light is cool. And then we can change the font color. Maybe let's make it a little lighter. Obviously, you can change the color in the navigation color settings also. It's probably better to change it there. And then we can make it a little bigger. So don't make it too big because it will, not be good. We'll make it a little bigger. And we could, if we want to, change the margin, like make them spaced out more. But that would be if we don't have that much room over here. So that's it. We can add a background and a border and all that stuff, but we don't need to. So I'm going to save and publish that. So that looks pretty good. We can also, go make it uppercase or lowercase if we want to, if we like that look. All right, then press save and publish and exit out of here, and you'll see that this won't stay the same. So it's not going to be bold, and that look is looking pretty good. So what if we want to do this on here? Well, it's the same process. Just right click and go to inspect element and click on the first CSS selector you have and press copy. All right, CSS stands for Cascade Style Sheet. So it styles everything that is selected. All right, so we copy it. And we go back to our dashboard and we go to settings in Google Fonts. And this one, we create a new Google font. And this one is phone number. And we create the Google font and we can paste it in there. And save font control. Go back to our site and now go to customize and go to typography and theme typography. Now we have that new phone number and we can, make it bigger or do whatever we want. So let's make this Open Sans again and let's make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Looking good. Maybe we want it to be a little bold or more regular. And that looks pretty good. Maybe a little lighter. Again, we can control the color when we choose all of these colors, the navigation colors. So, or we can change it here, either way. But if you change it here, just know that you're not going to be able to change it with the other settings. All right, then we can press save and publish, and we can exit out of here. And we can look at it and it's a lot bigger and it looks really cool. So that is how you change your fonts on your website. Pretty cool stuff. So we only have a couple of more things to do before we're done, and that is to get social media icons, or to show you how to get social media icons, to show you how to make a logo, and show you how to put credits for the play button and all of the icons that we're using. We need to give credit to the people who have made it. So to do that, just click on Customize. And we want to click on Social. We're going to do social media icons first. And you can add up to 10 social media icons. Just click on the first one. And we can add in the name of it. So it's YouTube and our URL. So that's, you could just copy the URL but I have memorized mine. All right, so once we do that, we need to get a YouTube icon, or Facebook or Instagram or Pinterest or whatever you use. And we can go back to logomaker.com, logomakr.com, no E. And once we do that, we can just search for YouTube in the the search bar, and click on YouTube and, make it the YouTube colors. And we can, maybe a little darker, and we can press save and save this to our desktop. And once we do that, we can just go back to customize and select image and select and, upload the file. So we can select the file and upload it from our desktop to our website, and then choose image, and it'll automatically resize and all that fancy stuff for you. So once we have done that, we can save and publish, but it's not going to add anywhere. It's not going to add to our footer yet because we didn't specifically put it there. So let's put it there. To do that, click on footer options and left block content, and we can do social icons. And so that's going to replace your logo. We can also put it here, but we need to choose what we want and what we don't want. So we have it there. I don't actually want social media icons on my on this website, because I don't really think a plumber should have too many social media. Maybe YouTube, but not really anything else. People don't really follow plumbers. But anyways, that's a personal preference. So I'm just gonna keep my logo, but I just wanted to show you how to do that. Okay, so the next thing after we've done that, I'm gonna show you how to make a logo real quick. So to make a logo, you can search for anything you want. You can search for, some geometric shape or something, or, whatever you want, cats, dogs, plumbing stuff. And we can add it here, and we can just put in text and put in simple logo. Okay, you wouldn't put in that, but. And then I like the icon on the left side and the text on the right side, just like this, because it fits really well in here. So once we do that, we can just resize it and make it smaller and, pick a color and save it, and then just upload it. The cool thing about Logo Maker is it will make it transparent in the background. So even if we made this black on the menu bar right here, it would still, not have like a big block of white. It'll be transparent. So that's really cool. All right, and the next thing that we need to do is give credit for the icons, the logos, and the icons that we use, like this play button. So people have kindly made these icons, and let's give them credit for it. So type in play in the search bar, and this is the one that we used, and just press save, and we can copy the credits. So click and copy, and it's copied to your clipboard. It's just like pressing Control C. And now we need to make a credits page, so we can exit this out now, and we can go to new page, and we're going to call it credits. And under text right here, not visual, but text, since we're pasting in code, we're just going to paste it. Paste. All right, and we're not using the page builder right now. This is the regular how you'd make a website, the normal way without the page builder. And the page builder is much better, but since it's just plain text, we're just going to use this. All right, and this is what it looks like visually. And we're going to make the template full width page and publish it. Once we do that, we can visit our site, but we're not going to see it anywhere because we haven't added it to the menu. But I want to add it to the bottom. It wouldn't really be right to add it to the top. That would be weird. So let's add it to the bottom right here. So we go to Customize, and we go to Menus. And for the footer menu, we need to add an item. So just click Add Item, and we're going to add a page. and that page is going to be the credits page. Once we do that, it may not update automatically. Oh, but it did. And press save and publish. And now we have that credits page, and we can click on it and give the appropriate credit to the people who work hard and deserve the credit for making these icons and making Logo Maker. And we have only one more thing to do. It's really easy but super important. If we go to our home page and we hover over or just look up here, it says Dan's Plumbing, just another WordPress website. That shows up in the search engines, so we want it to be something that is descriptive, not just another WordPress website. So what we can do is click on Customize. And under Header Options, we can go to Site Identity, and we can change it to something descriptive like Los Angeles Plumber. And we can save it. We also have an option here to upload a site icon. So the site icon right here, if we select files and upload an image, it could maybe be this guy right here, and we can put him up here or up here, and it'll show a little cool site icon. So we have those options, and we can click save and publish, and we can see that if we exit out of here, it will change to Los Angeles Plumber. So there we have it. We've made a real website step by step with no steps skipped, and I think it is amazing, and I really hope that you guys like it. Please remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. Thank you so much.